money, sell your power to other countries, and they are selling, and they wait until they are told now it's a red line, change your course, start providing electricity to your people. That is a kind of leadership that does not take nations to higher levels. We want this country to become a great country. We want to ensure that we do things, the things that were impossible a few years ago should become possible if we have the willpower. And that is the capital that the leadership movement is talking about.
Any question?
Yes, Mr. Apir.
Good morning once again, Mr. President.
Good morning.
Thank you. This press briefing is coming at a time when the government yesterday announced the suspension of our export to other countries. And yes, I'm wrong, I will be corrected, but that's information that I have right now. In addition to those efforts, we have also seen the president constituting a team of energy experts who are going to sit down today or tomorrow and see what will be the way forward or the way out of this tragedy we're in this country. Do you appreciate as leadership movements over this efforts of the movement?
We, as leadership movement, believe that the first step of stopping exports of electricity is a good thing. It's very welcome. But we need to start thinking of which way do we go from here. We know that hydro power production is very limited anywhere, unless we want our children and children's children to come and make a decision that we should be making today. So the idea that we should be just stuck with hydroelectric power plants is something that is very concerning. We need to start thinking of other avenues. And of course, many people talk about solar. Solar has got so much limitation as well, and it can only go as much. We have the only possible and sustainable way to go nuclear. That is the only solution that we can, because if we go nuclear as a country, we would be powering the rest of Southern Africa. We would be exporting this power, we would be making money. So it's an investment. So this is a thought that the leadership movement is entertaining. That's why we expect the New Dawn government having, as they promised, as a business background, we expected them to be expounding on these ideas. But unfortunately, what we have seen is that the total opposite has been the issue with the New Dawn government. They are not dealing with issues that should make this country greater and higher. They are dealing with firefighting. For instance, we can stop power exportation, which was not even supposed to be there in the first place. We should have prioritized Zambians. Again, if we stop power supply to other countries, what if that capacity also reduces? We need to be thinking of what other things we can do. In the meantime, we need to put Zambians first, which is a very good thing. We stop exportation. Where we find that even exportation alone does not solve the problem, we should stop supplying power to, actually we should be load shedding companies that have capacity to have an alternative power. For instance, KCM, Mopani, Chiburuma mine, all these big conglomerate mines, we should be telling them to generate their own power because they have the money to invest. They can go to Mambako and actually start producing power in the short term. And whilst we are entertaining avenues that can give us freedom in terms of power generation, and this is nuclear. When we go nuclear, we will forget about power generation for generations to come. We would have solved problems that future generations are going to look back and thank us. If we are scared of talking about power generation through nuclear energy, then we are not a society that is ready to solve its problems, but a society that is ready to postpone problems to future generations. And that is the problem that the leadership movement is seeing with the New Dawn government.
There was a question here.
Yes. My name is Kumani. Yes, Mr. President, is it an order for government to purchase drugs from private firms like Karibu Pharmaceuticals? Because I see a lot of government vehicles getting drugs from there.
Karibu Pharmaceuticals, is it a Zambian company?
No, it's for Indians.
It's for Indians.
Yes.
Do they produce here in Zambia?
The correct procedure is medical stores.
First of all, we as leadership movement have been clear. When it comes to medicines, when it comes to things that we should be using in this country, we want to be a sustainable nation. We want to promote production of medicines here in Zambia, not this colonial mindset of only thinking about foreigners. Only foreign things are better. Our things cannot work. Our things are not good enough. That is a colonial mindset. And we want to change this colonial mindset that believes that anything foreign is better. Therefore, we have seen in the past years that we could produce drip water here in Zambia. We could produce Panadols here in Zambia. We could produce many medicines here in Zambia. I remember in Kaprimposha, I used to stay just a stone throw to a pharmaceutical company that produced medicines. This is what we used to do here in Zambia in the 90s. But along the way, we put in leadership as usual, which are puppets, sponsored by foreigners to come into this country, and they say they create an economy that is made for foreigners. This is where we get it wrong as a country. We have actually dried up all that production in Zambia. So when it comes to the leadership movement, we feel that production of medicines here in Zambia should be a priority, and we should invest much in ensuring that we motivate and we create an avenue for producing medicines here in Zambia. Again,